Dr. Pareek, you are here in Locarno for an international congress for homeopathy and cancer. Could you tell us something about your homeopathical background? How did you come to be a homeopathic doctor?
Well, I was born in a homeopathic family. My father is a homeopath. My father's father, that's my grandfather's brother, was a homeopath. So I was born and I grew up with homeopathy. From my early childhood, I had a very clear vision in my mind that I have to become a homeopath and serve people. And that's how I became a homeopathic doctor.
Yes, and what is your experience, especially treating cancer with homeopathy?
Cancer is one disease which is progressing, multiplying like an epidemic all over the world. Everybody is talking about cancers. Different medicines are talking about cancers but without any result. Homeopathy is one part of medicine which really has positive results in cancer because it looks at cancer as a disease not just located in the cells, not localized in the cells, but it takes up the holistic view. It takes up the man in totality with cancer, and with this basis, homeopathy is definitely becoming a winner in all varieties of cancer.
Okay, thank you. Maybe you could give us an example what is possible with homeopathy in treating cancer?
Homeopathy can cure cancer at a very early stage, if detected at a very early stage, because it takes into account the cancerinic affinity with which a patient is born. So we go to the very root, and our medicines are so dynamic, without any side effects, working with nature, working with the positive immune responses of the body, that we are able to cure in the very initial stages. When the cancer reaches an advanced stage, that is an irreversible stage, where the pathology cannot be reversed, still with homeopathy, we benefit these patients, we give them a very soothing palliation, the life becomes comfortable, the lifespan increases, and the patient is very, very comfortable about it. Now, having said this, homeopathy also has a great role to play in advanced cancers who are on chemotherapy and radiotherapy. With their so many side effects, homeopathy is able to give comfort to the patient from these side effects.
And there's no problem to combine homeopathic treatment with allopathic treatment like chemotherapy and radiation, which are very, very toxic?
Ideally, we would not like to combine because we work with nature, we work with immune forces, we want to give a positive help to the patient as a whole, whereas radio and chemotherapy, they are localized, just trying to kill the cancer cells. So they have so many side effects, and we get so many patients with side effects. We have seen that if we give these patients homeopathic remedies, the side effects are minimal and the patients are much better. So many times in these advanced cases, we give homeopathy to patients who are also on chemotherapy or radiotherapy.
And this is working?
And this is working wonderfully well. This is doing a grand result, and patients are very happy about it.
And what can you see if you treat a patient under chemotherapy also with homeopathy? Which kind of benefit do these patients have?
Well, these patients, there's so many side effects. For example, side effects of chemotherapy in the form of vomiting, in the form of anorexia, in the form of great weakness, they are taken away when homeopathic remedies are given along with chemotherapy.
Okay.
And life becomes comfortable.
This sounds very good. And if some patients have severe side effects of radiation, the homeopathic treatment can also help these patients?
Yes, yes. We have a number of patients with side effects of radiotherapy, for example, cases of cancer of the tongue or oral cancers, cancers of the head and the neck. When they are given radiotherapy, they get fibrosis. They are not able to talk, they are not able to eat, they get great dryness of the mouth with fibrosis and adhesions. Homeopathic remedies are able to work as a resolvent. They minimize the fibrosis, and the patient is able to eat and talk, and the life becomes comfortable.
Again, I would like to know how many patients with cancer you're treating in a year in your clinic in Agra.
Well, this is a good question because the number is increasing every year, every month, every day. Out of a total number of about 80,000 patients that I see annually, for your surprise, about 35% of them out of the total are cancer patients of different variety. And surprisingly, unfortunately, this number is increasing every day.
Yes. And now you are doing a congress here in Europe with European doctors. What can the European homeopath learn from you in India?
Well, in India, the variety and the number of cancer patients is very large. So, which our European doctors do not get an opportunity to normally look at. So from Indian homeopathy, especially from our center, they get an opportunity to see these patients, all variety of advanced cancers, and they can see how homeopathy helps wonderfully well in improving the quality of life of these patients.
Yes, and do you think that you as an Indian homeopath can also learn something from the European homeopath?
Yes.
And what could be this?
Yes, this is always mutual. And the important thing, when I talk about European homeopaths, I talk about the doctors, especially at Clinica Santa Croce here in Orsolina, the dedication, the honesty with which they work, the case taking, the detailed case taking which they work in order to evolve the totality and the holisticness of the patient. This is worth learning, the way they prescribe. Secondly, their methodology of giving homeopathic potencies in the form of co-potencies, which are not very common in that part of the world. It's very important for us to learn here.
Yes, thank you. And to conclude, I would ask you, what would you recommend for a patient which had recently received the diagnosis of a cancer?
A patient who has just received the diagnosis of cancer, my sincere advice would be to go in for homeopathic treatment wholeheartedly, because this is the only system of treatment which will give a long-lasting relief. This is the only system of medicine which has the power to annihilate cancer in totality if taken up in initial stages.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.